Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. I just want to do a little trade recap. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, this is a new camera setup. So I really do hope you do like it because I think I'll be rocking with this for now on. But let's not waste too much time. Let's get into the trade and I'll show you exactly what went through my mind and just to give you a general idea of how I trade day to day during the New York session, trading ICT. So first thing, let's do a little top-down analysis. But actually, let me just mark out what we look for. So on the higher time frame, because we always want to do a top-down analysis from the top to the 1 minute, which is our entry. So higher time frame, always want to look for a sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity. Those are pretty much the major highs and major lows. Once we see that happen, we also want to look for a fair value gap or an inversion, but oftentimes a fair value gap that's actually holding on that zone. Which, don't worry, if you don't understand what I'm saying, give me a few more seconds. I'll explain you exactly everything with a live example that I did take today. Then we want to look for an SMT with NAS and ES since they are correlated assets and they always follow each other. So when one makes a high and a low, the other one makes a low and a high, it's going to go in either direction. So then we jump to the 1 minute time frame. And by the way, just a note, the higher time frames are usually the 1 to 15 minute, the 1 hour, 15-minute time frames I usually like to look at. The lower time frames are usually the 1 minute. So from there, that's where you're going to look for your entry. You're going to have that change of a state, inversion fair value gap, or a fair value gap with, again, hopefully a sell side or buy side liquidity. So if you don't understand, don't worry. I know it's a lot of information, but let me explain in this example right here. So first thing looking, we had this sell side liquidity. So once we mark this out, because this was 9:15 on the day, this is 9:15 a.m. in the morning just before New York session. So I marked this out. Nice sell side liquidity. Not only that, what do we have? A fair value gap on the higher time frame. So already we're aligning the time frames. This looks very, very nice. So we have a fair value gap on the 15 and on top of it, on the 1 hour, we have the fair value gap and we are respecting it. So this is honestly beautiful. Not only that, on the 15-minute time frame, I believe from it was on the 1 minute time frame, we had the SMT. So let's just drop down. Let's go back to where we were before. Let's drop down. What do we see? From this low over here, right to this low, we have a SMT because this is making a high to a low. This is making a low to a high. So this shows us a divergence between the two correlated assets between NAS and ES. So this is already showing us some nice buying potential. So let's mark out our inversion fair value gap. So the second we break this, we are looking for an entry. We can honestly expect a pretty nice move. So right here, we have that nice strong push showing lots of momentum. That was beautiful. And right here, I put my limit. So right when we came back into this zone, I took that buy. So let's put it here. It's supposed to be down here, but for the demonstration of this video, you understand what I'm trying to say. And I believe we came back one more time just to tap it, which we did right there. Stop loss went right below this inversion fair value gap, and I just took a -2 standard deviation. Like right there. There we go. So let's see how this went. Right when we got to this -1 standard deviation, automatically went right to break even. So automatically risk-free trade, beautiful. Now I can just lay back, sit down, scroll on TikTok while we're trading, and eventually we started pushing back down, but I ended up taking out early, and it was honestly that easy. Like it was right on this candle right here. I ended up getting out just before this last push down, which is honestly very nice. We didn't exactly hit that -2. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but I do think throughout the day, if you are still in this trade, it is going to come back to that -2 for sure, because that is the overall draw on liquidity, which is bullish, and we do have a lot of generated buy side right up here. So no doubt we're going up for the rest of the day. But yeah, so that was a very nice trade. And yeah, so I really hope you understood this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Also, just to let you know, I did start a Discord channel. So if you are interested in trying to get like with like-minded people, kind of see like some of my clients' wins. If you are interested, everything is free. I'm not asking for any money. Link in the description. Also, if you are looking for a new broker and you're kind of fed up with Top Step because you keep losing the combines, I don't know, you name it. A lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do like it. Link is in the description for my favorite broker that I trade day to day. And yeah, so hope you have an amazing video.